Welcome to another live reaction. We've kind of strayed from the well-beaten path here. We've gone maybe too far off the deep end. So I'm looking at a couple of shows today that are probably not on your radar, and I think that's why they're worth looking at. I was initially going to look at Kaneto no Astra, but from the reception of that show, it seems like no one really liked it. So I felt like, okay, don't need to spend my time on that. So today we're looking at Granbelm, an anime by Studio Nexus. It's kind of like a weird sci-fi magic mishmash from as far as I can gather. One of the reasons, or not one of the reasons, the director was also the director of ReZero. So if you like that show, maybe you'll like what he does with this show. Other than that, I don't really know much about this show. I don't really know where it's streaming either, but I'm probably sure I'll find out about that before I put this video up. So you can probably see in the description where you can watch it. I'm gonna guess Hulu or Funimation because I didn't see it on the Crunchyroll site. So without further ado, let's get started. The sheer ridiculousness of her running around in an alternate universe and then getting a phone call from a mech. Also, a few comments before we move on. This is made by Studio Nexus, who specialize in making these cute girls do cute things shows. They made Comic Girls, they made Waka Ba Girl, they made Rakudai Kishi. They also made Your Sister Is All You Need. That's the studio that I was talking about that made that. Nothing to do with Arifureta. This is the studio that made that. So the art so far has been pretty solid and the action has been pretty good too. I like the premise. It says it's an original work, so I'm kind of confused whether it's an adaptation or not, because sometimes they don't really specify. It could be based on a light novel or something. But just the concept of magic and mechs put together is really intriguing. If you've ever done any kind of mech show, they're kind of magical already, but to just embrace the magic. So when you have them shooting fire beams or pulling a sword out of midair for no reason, it's even more cool. And also it gives you the opportunity for them to cast spells. Mechs casting spells is next level action. For some reason, every single show this summer season seems to be action based. This is one of those synchronicity type, serendipity type deals where Dante's Peak and Inferno came out at the same time. Is it just something like that? The industry collectively had a thought bubble, and they just all had the same idea at the same time, and oh, what if we make action shows in summer 2019? Is it that action shows do better in the summer? We'd have to go back and look, but I feel like a lot of the summer hits over the past couple of years were more action-oriented shows. That being said, character designs for the show I like, art for the show I like. The music has been a little too tense for my taste, but pretty good so far. The voice acting has been solid as well. We haven't gotten any story development yet, but so far a pretty good show. I don't know why it's rated 51% on Mal, 5.1, where Arifureta has 61 or 6.1. So far everything about the show is way better than the other one to me. I'm watching them back to back. That's why you probably won't be watching them back to back, but I'm watching them back to back, so I can't help but compare. To me, this is just so far a solid action show, and it has cute girls in it. What more could you want, right? Let's keep going. Just that one scene where they have the people flash in just reminds me of a video game. That's pretty cool that they're embracing that more gamery aesthetic, especially because when they slowed down when the blade went past her head or whatever, it looked like a QTE, press triangle to avoid blade or whatever. So far I'm digging the action in the show. I forgot to mention that the mech character designs are actually really cool because they're one of those chibi Gundam types. I don't know if you've ever done Gunpla, but there are these ones with the normal sized legs, and they have the ones with big heads and small bodies. These are all made like that, so they kind of look inherently cutish, but they're also fighting. And this voice actor lady who's doing this particular mech, the villain mech, is extremely aggressive, so it's just all tonal dissonance to me. But so far, pretty good action so far. I don't know if they were trying to make a joke there, but that was really funny to me. She just went through a whole thing with magical armor, and now she's like, why do you have a lunchbox? And she's like, I don't really know why I'm here. That's the accurate reaction I would have if I was transported to another world for no reason. I didn't realize this was an isekai, but oh well. Let's keep watching. Isekai is such a meme. They're making fun of it in Isekai anime. Oh boy. Oh, this is like a battleground phantom world. Yeah, I'm fine with that. As long as it's not an Isekai. Can't be, fantasy without having a long ass name. Oh, Japan. They're doing this on purpose. I'm 100% sure they're being funny on purpose now. Okay, let's keep watching. That looks exactly like a Gundam. I'm sorry, but that's basically a Gundam. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Yo, this boy is thick. This thing is wider than it is tall. I mean, that's pretty good. Of course, it's a Kokoro, dude. Nothing, you can't not be a Kokoro at this point. Like, it's personified, right? We're in an isekai fighting other magic mechs with our own magic mech. This is amazing. Yo. She didn't say Kamehameha, but she meant it. Okay. Okay, so this show just came completely out of nowhere. It's called Granbelm. It's made by Studio Nexus, who previously have only done cute girls doing cute things shows, and now they're doing an action show with magical mechs, which is like a battle royale, which happens every month, but they're teleported into like a pocket dimension where they fight with like these like mechs that can cast spells, but they're not really Gundams. They're like chibi Gundams. And the character designs of all the girls are really good because obviously that's what they specialize in. And the character designs of all the mechs are really good, which we did not expect came out of nowhere. This show is like so confusing. It seems to be pretty good to me. Like, this is, if you were gonna make a battle shonen, like this would be a solid episode 1. Like, you set up the stakes, like, oh, there's this like grand tradition of battling. The stakes haven't been fully explained to us, but we kind of understand that it's very important. We know that all these girls are descended from different mages. She got teleported there, so we presume like there's some mystery behind her ancestry that we don't really know about. There are these other girls who are already doing it for a while. They're obviously all in high school. And not only do they just exist in this isekai, they also exist in the real world. So there's like that dynamic, which I always like. I feel like you're giving up something if you go only to one world or the other. The action is solid. Is this like a sleeper hit show? I mean, it's definitely an action show, so it's not really my type of thing. Generally, I go for more like thought-based, weird psychological shows. But definitely a solid show if you're looking for an action. I feel like battles have been limited to just boy-based anime for far too long, and it feels like this studio is like trying to break out of the mold that they've pigeonholed themselves into by making all these cute girls anime, by making an action show. But because their strength is doing all these like very identifiable characters in cute girl style, they've chose to go that route, and now we've got this, which is just, I think, pretty good. Surprisingly good so far, and like the music was good, the voice acting was good. Definitely some range on these voice actresses because they've only been doing like cute girl stuff so far, and now they're doing a mecha action magical girl show, which is also set in a fantasy setting. Just weird, and also has like good comedy cuts because that's what the studio is good at. The director is a director who's done some of the shows in this studio, like he works with the studio mostly. And the voice actor's talent is also from the studio, so pretty good showing from Studio Nexus here. Definitely did not expect that to be nearly as good as it was. I don't really know what to do now. Do I keep covering this show? Because action shows, really, I have no like way to continue doing it. But if someone watched this, then they know that Granbelm is not just some like crappy whatever. It's pretty good. Like the Sakuga cuts of the mechs fighting were actually pretty good. They weren't done in 3D or whatever. They were actually done well. Solid. Even the effect animation was good. That mushroom cloud explosion was actually really impressive. Solid show. Check it out for sure. I don't really know what else to say. This studio seems to be taking their time because the last anime they did was in spring of 2018, so it's been over a year that they've been working on this. So they don't really seem to be stretching their resources. They seem to focus on one project at a time, from what I can tell, taking quite a bit of time between shows. That being said, Granbelm, solid show. Did not expect that. Like it, watch it if you like anything to do with it. Basically, like the best combination of a lot of different genres. There seems to be some high school elements. There seem to be some cute girl elements. There seem to be some comedy elements. There's definitely an action and fantasy element. So if you like any of those or all of those, definitely give Granbelm a watch. That's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.